CadTV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support CadTV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.
Present. So the first order of business, I'm going to call for nominations for a chair for the Mount Anthony Union School Board. Dave has his hand up. Dave?
I'd like to nominate Leon Johnson for the chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
For Richard's purpose, Dave made the motion, Susan seconded. Are there any other nominations for the chair? Are there any other nominations for the chair? Hearing none, I'll close the nominations. All in favor of Leon Johnson as the chair of the Mount Anthony Union Board, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Are there any abstentions? Okay. Jackie, I didn't hear a vote from you.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
So Richard, that's a unanimous vote from my point of view. Leon, it is now your meeting.
Okay, thank you. I'll accept that responsibility. We just used a modified Robert Rules of Law with less than 11 people, so that was legal to do that. I can see everybody and I hear Jackie. The next item of business, I mean, I heard Mr. Cocaine said was recommending, and that's up to the group here. If you want to wait until the next meeting to elect the rest of the officers, or we can just plow right on through and elect those, whether they here or not. Can I have a consensus of what you want to do? Is continue, or you want to wait for the rest of the officers?
I'd like to wait, I think, till Wednesday.
I'll second that.
Yeah, I think for meeting Wednesday anyway, it makes sense to wait.
Let's see, Wednesday I'm trying to make sure. I'm hoping I'll be here for that time, depending on, I hadn't looked to see what Wednesday is.
16th.
Wednesday,
16.
yeah. I can probably do a double duo. If we're going to have that, I may have an NCAA meeting that night. They gave me two dates, the 16th and 17th. So, and they hadn't said which one. But anyway, I'll just, if it need be, I'll be here, and then I'll just plug in another iPad and be listening and mute one. So, getting a consensus from the board, I see that we had all those in favor of waiting to do it right until Wednesday for the full board to elect the rest of the officers. Just say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, Jackie, I guess.
Jackie said aye.
Okay. So we'll wait until March 16th to elect the rest of the officers. In that process, we got education committee, we got policy, we got finance, I guess building and grounds, SVSU, teachers contract, ESP, all of those things to be able to elect people to, in terms of assign people to those committees. Based on the agenda that was provided after the reorganization, and we set aside the rest of it, we have a procedure for executing the contract. Who is going to speak to that, Jim?
We could wait on Wednesday that too, because that Renee has that language. So we're good to wait for that.
Okay. Well, and item B is just to authorize the chair and a vice chair to approve off-cycle ones. What we've done in the past, until we do elect certain individuals to do that, the ones that are currently still sitting on the board will continue to do those until an election is held to elect new or reaffirm the election of those that are already there. And so since I'm one of the officers, I'll be able to do that until March 16th. Okay. The next item down was mass guidance. And I think we gave Jim the authority to continue on with whatever they saw necessary in terms of mass, and they come back to us approximately this time of the year from the previous board to give us a decision on a recommendation.
Yep. I have a recommendation to the board that for 2 years, we have followed the guidance that the Agency of Education has given us for mask wearing and for physical distancing and testing and contact tracing. And that all changes on Monday, the 14th. So I ask that the board would vote to make mask wearing optional starting Monday, March 14th. And masks will still be available in all buildings for those who want it. Instructions will be given to all, has already been given to all principals pending this vote about the tolerance of people who want to wear masks versus those who don't, and what type of instructions go with that, and guidance for that has already been sent to principals in anticipation of this vote. So I respectfully ask that you vote to adhere to the AOE guidance and make masks optional starting Monday, March 14th.
So can I have a motion to?
I'll make the motion to follow CDC guidance and accept
Seconded.
Jim's recommendation and
Yes.
make
Susan,
mask optional.
yeah, thank you, Susan, and Dave second that. Any other discussion concerning
Just a quick one.
mask? Dave?
I was talking to one of our skiers a day ago up at Prospect and asked him his thought on the masks, and I was quite impressed. He said he'd like to get rid of the mask so he could strengthen his immune system by being exposed to various things. And that was quite interesting. I thought, they'd just say so we could see people, but strengthen his immune system.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments? If not,
You have Harry has a hand up, Leon.
Gary?
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to ask, has any of the other guidance changed regarding if kids are sick and coming to school, or if they have any symptoms? Are they going to be recommended to wear one or sent home, or is that all the same?
If it's going to be, if you're sick, you should stay home. That's
Okay.
the guidance will be that basic. If you're feeling sick, you will go home.
Right.
Jim, let me just ask, I mean, does everything else stay the same? Are we just changing the mask guidance? Nothing else has really changed, right?
Well, contact tracing is done. The testing is done, so that it's basically kind of life goes back to pre-COVID, but with being vigilant on if you're sick, you stay home. If you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. And again, we again highly recommend that if you get vaccinated and get a booster too, and that is the ultimate in being safe for this.
Jim, do we
Charlotte?
know our vaccination rates for the middle school and high school
You haven't hit 70% yet
in either?
in either ones. No.
Yeah, I was
Our
gonna say,
elementary schools are even lower. The elementary schools range from a vaccination rate of 19 to 62%. So we would never have hit 80 if they had still kept that as a requirement.
any other questions for Superintendent? No. Hearing none. Well, we could all prepare to take a vote. All in favor of the motion to make masking option with the change in regulations on March 14th. Have a vote by raising your hands or saying aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay.
Jackie said aye also.
Anybody, any noes or nays? Didn't see any extensions. It was only one person on, so that was Jackie, and she voted yes. So the motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
And- Okay, anything else? That was the only thing you had on the mask outlines.
Yep.
And that's discussion. The third item on here is public comment.
I've
Dave
got
has-
two.
Dave, Frederickson is up, I think. Go ahead.
First thing, I went to see Clue last night, Lynn Sweet's play. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's not, the Saturday one has been moved to Sunday, but boy, the
Monday.
kids did a great job. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
The second thing on public comment, you know how when a longtime teacher retires, we try to acknowledge that. Some of us think, well, let me read this. Presented to Tim Holbrook for appreciation and thanks for over 36 years of service on the Mount Anthony School Board. In your capacity as board chairman and finance committee, you have always strived to make MAU a school the community can be proud of and its students can leave with an education enabling them to become productive citizens. Being a board member is not an easy job, but you have persevered and have always done what is best for Mount Anthony Union High School and the middle school. Thank you for your dedication. And it looks something like that. And I told Tim he could listen and we'll make arrangements to pass that on.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
And the editor for those nice words. I agree 100% for Tim efforts that he put in for the 36 years along this line, and he's going to be missed. Are there any other public comments? Not, I'll make sure I thank the public for, we just had an election. We have one new board member to this board, not new to boards, but one new one to the Mount Anthony School Board. Charlotte, welcome aboard. And I wanted to just make sure we thank on CadTV and the media out here, all of the voters for passing all of our budgets and electing all of the new officers for the Mount Anthony Union High School. Are there any other comments? If not,
Make a motion, close this meeting.
Susan has made the motion to close the meeting. Dave seconded.
Just taking over for Fran, he's not here.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, raise your hand.
Aye.
And by voice, Jackie, you there?
Jackie, you still there?
I'm sorry, I muted myself.
Yep. Motion to
yes.
adjourn. She said yes. Yep.
Okay, anyone abstaining? And any nays? All right, well, we'll see you next Wednesday for a full agenda.
All right. You all have a good evening and enjoy your
Bye, have a
weekend.
good weekend.
And thank you.
Thank you all.
CadTV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support CadTV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.